entails, the functions of identity management, the role of the metadirectory, how an identity management system manages identity information, how to create new accounts, and the components of the Microsoft Identity Lifecycle Manager 2007. Managing user identities is a top priority for many businesses today. People need to access multiple systems and resources on the corporate network. Using different types of devices. But because many of these systems don't such information is usually heavily redundant and can be from each one. It combines all the information about each person or resource into a single entry. It presents to the organization the unified view of all known information about each person or resource. And it enforces rules as to which sources are authoritative for a given attribute and what precedence applies where more than one source is authoritative. Organizations that have many different directories and other data repositories, such as a human resources data repository, mainframe systems, or databases, can use an identity management system to synchronize user accounts and attributes in all of those systems, including synchronization of passwords. Directory synchronization saves time and money that is currently spent on keeping data consistent and enforcing data ownership rules. Using an identity management or IDM system, you can manage identity information by controlling the flow of identity information between directories. Because an organization's identity information is often contained in different data repositories, a change made to data in one repository is not automatically made in any of the other repositories. Making the change throughout the organization requires that the administrator make the change in each directory manually. Therefore, updating data in each directory is costly, unreliable, and may even present a security risk. Unmanaged identity information quickly becomes disorganized, which results in identity information that is not coordinated throughout the organization. To manage changes to identity information, you can use an IDM system to identify changes to identity information from many sources. Where those changes are authoritative, propagate those changes automatically to other directories as defined by rules that have been configured to support company procedures. These changes can be modifications to attributes or to whole objects. This change detection infrastructure keeps the directories synchronized.
For example, the name attribute in the Human Resources database has the value Susan Fine. The email directory has the value Suzanne Fine, and the directory service database has the value Sue Fine.
After determining that the meta-directory entry has a name attribute, you can specify that the value in the HR database is authoritative and is to be used in the meta-directory entry, and to update the name attributes in both the email directory and directory services database. In many organizations, information about new employees is entered in an HR database first. Then, the ID department creates user accounts, mailboxes, and other identity information in different database systems. An IDM system can automatically create these user accounts, mailboxes, and other identity information in target systems in real time, so new employees are productive immediately, and also ensure that corporate resource access is instantly revoked for employees who leave the organization. Technically, provisioning is the creation and management of accounts, such as LDAP directories, NOS directories, databases, and email systems. Once provisioned, their attributes can be managed as those of any existing object. Manually creating, removing, or disabling accounts in several systems is administratively burdensome, prone to errors and inconsistency, and leaves potential security gaps. An IDM system offers a solution that defines and enforces ownership rules at an object level, automatically creates accounts in multiple directories based on their addition in one authoritative directory, and continues to manage those accounts including removal and disablement. For example, assume that the HR department is responsible for adding new person objects when new staff arrive. Upon arrival, HR adds Barry Potter to the HR system. The identity management system creates a new meta-directory object representing Barry and provisions new accounts into other directories depending on business rules. The system manages Barry Potter's attributes just like Susan Fine's attributes in the previous example. When Barry leaves the company, an administrator can remove or disable his accounts by a similar process. More than one data source can be authoritative, in which case administrators must establish rules to avoid duplication. Microsoft Identity Lifecycle Manager 2007, or ILM 2007, provides an integrated and comprehensive solution for managing the entire lifecycle of user identities and their associated credentials. It provides identity synchronization, certificate and password management, and user provisioning in a single solution that works across Microsoft Windows and other organizational systems. Let's look at some of the key components of ILM 2007. A connected data source is a directory, database, or other data repository that contains identity data to be integrated within ILM 2007. Connected data sources can be enterprise directories, NOS directories, databases, or data in flat files. A management agent, or MA, manages the data associated with a specific connected data source. The MA not only connects to the data source, but is responsible for managing the flow of data inbound and outbound. There is at least